everyone, and welcome to the Innovate UK KTP Knowledge Transfer Partnerships Awards 2023. Today, we are gathering together to recognize exceptional KTPs that have made a profound impact in the UK over the last 12 months. Each one of these partnerships has forged a new pathway for UK innovation. Each award recognizes either a talented graduate, a business looking to grow, or a knowledge base looking to apply their expertise. I'm Susanna Lipscomb. I'm delighted to host this year's award ceremony. Today we're going to be celebrating some of the KTP high points from across the UK and some of our exceptional associates. Before I get started, I have some general housekeeping information for you. There are no planned fire alarms today, so if the fire alarm sounds, it's the real deal. Please make your way to the closest fire exit. There are some located at the back of the room. Have a look now. Your closest exit may be behind you. The restrooms are located through the lobby towards the back of the hotel. That's all. Now, KTP and the KTP Awards are particularly close to my heart. I was a project associate for a knowledge transfer partnership about 15 years ago between Kingston University and Historic Royal Palaces. I was based at Hampton Court Palace, and my KTP was part of a wider project which was aiming to increase income from visitors to the palace by creating a new visitor experience and a new exhibition in the Tudor parts of the palace to mark the 500th anniversary of Henry VIII's succession to the throne in 2009. And our project was awarded the Arts and Humanities Research Council-sponsored KTP Award for Humanities for the Creative Economy. It's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, we have 7 awards to celebrate today. Once the winners are announced, they will be asked to come and join me on the stage to say their awards, to receive their awards, and to say a few words. Now, for those who are new to KTP, before we get started, I wanted to give you a sense of why it's important and what it is that we're celebrating about the program. KTPs are a 3-way partnership between a business, an academic team, and a graduate. These are partnerships designed to drive innovation through knowledge transfer from a knowledge base into a business. KTPs not only complete strategically important projects, but they create and embed new knowledge and capability within the business for the long term, therefore enabling it to achieve significant growth both now and into the future. These are true collaborations, where the business benefits commercially, technically, and organizationally. Academics benefit by stretching and demonstrating the impact of their research, and our associates based in the businesses enhance their academic skills whilst becoming commercially aware project managers. Collaboration is vital to the success of a KTP. The clue is in the name. Partnership is the key to success. So let us now get started with the award proceedings by introducing Minister Vaughan Gething, who is Minister for the Economy here in Wales. Minister.
Wel, prynhawn da, croeso I Gymru, croeso I Gaerdydd. Welcome to Wales and welcome to Cardiff. It's a pleasure to have you here, and we wish you a very warm welcome to Wales. I'm delighted to be here at this event, which helps to showcase not only the best of the UK's recent knowledge transfer partnerships, but also celebrates the efforts of all the people involved in delivering and supporting the KTP programme nationwide. It is also, I believe, the first time that Innovate UK have held these awards outside England. And obviously that's a welcome move. Delighted you finally found the best part of the union. However, it also demonstrates the wider impact of KTPs and our increasingly close collaboration between the Welsh Government and Innovate UK. So far, it's been quite a week for innovation in Wales. On Monday, I was in Newport at the launch of Wales Tech Week, which helps promote Wales's technology to a global scale and stage. It highlights areas where Wales has a real centre of expertise to enable and empower emerging technologies. We have ambition, talent, and achievement to build upon for the future, from life sciences to cyber to fintech to renewables to semiconductors and much more. We have much to offer. It was my pleasure at Tech Week to launch a joint collaborative innovation plan with Indro Mukherjee, the Chief Executive of Innovate UK. This signals a mutual effort to develop high-quality innovation proposals across a wide range of stakeholders, sectors and regions, with the overall aim of increasing Wales's share of competitively awarded UK funding. That launch coincided with a statement I gave in the Senedd. On the Tuesday, I presented the Welsh Government's own innovation delivery plan. This provides emissions from our new innovation strategy with aligned actions and milestones. Tuesday also, coincidentally, saw PwC confirm 1,000 new jobs coming to Cardiff over the next few years, in addition to their recent investment and expansion of their cybersecurity team here in Cardiff. And today, of course, we're delighted to host Innovate UK's annual KTP Awards. And this programme is one of the UK's longest-standing innovation initiatives. It's a mature initiative, if you like. It uses the knowledge and skills of high-calibre graduates, their academic mentors, to inject translational new ideas into businesses and wider activity. I'm extremely pleased to see that there are many Welsh companies and KTP associates here today, and they're helping to reap the benefits of this programme in exploiting the wealth of knowledge and facilities in our academic institutions, not just in Wales, but throughout the UK. We know that our academic institutions make a valuable contribution to the economic and, importantly, to regional growth here in Wales. And with that cross-sector collaboration, our businesses can overcome many of the barriers that they would otherwise face when engaging with innovation. That's innovation together with practical and impactful application. And that's why the Welsh Government supports the KTP programme. We support businesses wishing to develop new expertise or to expand their skills base. Our business community in Wales is made up of predominantly small businesses that, of course, make a huge contribution to our economy. That's why for some years now, we've been running our KTP projects with an increased intervention rate to encourage more engagement from the SME community. We also offer enhanced KTPs, targeting Welsh enterprises that seek international knowledge exchange opportunities. This is still a unique offering within the UK. And KTPs are only one way that we aim to support knowledge transfer and innovation. Through all of our programmes and projects, the Welsh Government seeks to drive forward better outcomes for businesses, academic institutions, and, of course, our citizens. So I'd like to finish by congratulating all of the category finalists here today and thanking all the stakeholders who helped deliver KTPs across the UK. I know that you'll enjoy today's celebrations, and we look forward to continuing our support for the delivery of the KTP programme into the future and the difference it can make to all of us. Diolch yn fawr iawn, enjoy your celebrations and the future. Many thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. I would now like to introduce to the stage Dr. Steve Welsh. Steve is one of the founding directors of Innovate UK KTN, now Director of Ideas, the directorate that looks after strategic relationships with universities, including the KTP programme, emerging innovations and place. Steve.
Thank you, and thank you, Minister Gething. We're so happy you could be here today to see this atmosphere and be part of quite a celebration of a huge team of people who work together on this scheme. A big thank you today also to the organisers. There's a lot of work gone into this, but a big welcome also to the nominees and invited guests. Now, I'm standing in today for Lisa Hazelden, Chief Products Officer at Innovate UK. Lisa is unfortunately unwell, but I can tell you genuinely and deeply sorry not to be here. Lisa is relatively new to Innovate, but has very, very quickly gotten the measure of KTP and is proud to be associated with it. But she's also committed to be a champion for the scheme and its future success. Innovate UK is the UK's innovation agency, And KTP is a critical product in the portfolio because KTPs are a practical means for solving business challenges, and we can prove it. Today, we'll be hearing about the vital stories that are so important in bringing to life the impact and the real-world difference that KTP makes in people's lives, but the economic benefit matters as well. I'm happy to say that I can give you a sneak peek at some results from an external independent assessment of the scheme. This looked at a 10-year period from 2010 to 2020. Full report is being prepared, but I do have a few spoilers for you. In that 10-year period, Innovate UK and its partners invested over 200 million in 2,000 projects involving 136 knowledge bases and 3,000 KTP associates. These successful KTP projects, your work, has added £2.3 billion to the UK economy. These figures are incredible, right? And they are unparalleled within Innovate UK. So, what next? I mentioned that KTP is a critical product in the portfolio, but Innovate UK is not solely about grant funding. There are other products supporting investor partnerships, growth advice, support with networking and finding contacts. And we're thrilled to be able to build on these initiatives with new ideas like our Innovate UK Accelerating Knowledge Transfer grants, which we'll touch on again a bit later. Our aim in Innovate UK is to become increasingly more customer-centric, shall we say. We want to support innovators the best way we can, creating pathways through the opportunities, always striving to make it easier to join up the support that's available so that we can all do our best job. To this end, we're pulling KTP even closer into Innovate UK's products and services portfolio. And not only does that mean a fresh new look and brand for KTP, but there'll be another chance later. But it cements Innovate UK's commitment to KTP as being a core part of our offer and to working with you to forge that path through its future and hopefully at least another 50 years. So in the next few weeks, we'll be rolling out a KTP brand toolkit, which will be available to all our partners. This will be hosted on the website and will include visual identity guidelines on how to use the new assets and collateral. The toolkit will contain templates for email banners, social media posts, report templates, PowerPoint slides, posters, adverts, certificates, just about everything you can think of that would help you talk about and amplify the KTP programme. There will also be a new website launching early next year, taking the feedback from the community and building on that. But in closing, I just want to recognise and thank all of the staff in the university KTP offices, Richard Lamb, the KTP Programme Manager, and our team of knowledge transfer advisors. You all play an absolutely vital role across the ecosystem, providing that expertise to every KTP project. I also want to congratulate all of the projects for being part of this KTP journey. If you've been nominated for an award, it's because your passion, dedication and professionalism has already been recognised, so you're already winners in a way. The awards are an opportunity to reflect on these extraordinary achievements and to inspire, we hope, more collaborations. So thank you for what you all do. Now do more.
Thank you. Now we come to our first award of the evening, the Future Leaders Award. This award category recognises the achievements and growth of KTP associates during their projects, not only their technical development, but also in developing their leadership and management skills. The actions of KTP associates have changed the culture of their companies. These are people of talent and potential, the innovators and leaders of the future. So do keep your eyes on them, because as their careers flourish, these will be the ones to watch. This year, there are 7 winners within this category. To announce the Future Leaders Award, I would like to welcome back to the stage Dr. Steve Walsh.
I like this bit. Everybody who works in KTP will tell you that the pleasure in working with the associates and seeing them develop and grow and work on their careers is a privilege that never gets old. We have 7 winners here, leaders. So first, from Art Health Solutions and University of Northumbria at Newcastle, Rohit Venugopal.
Hey, so haven't actually prepared anything to say. Didn't actually expect to get anything, but yeah, I'm just really glad I got something. Really surprised, but I just want to say a huge thanks to everybody who's been involved in this. So all the advisors, professors, company people, my family, everyone basically. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you. And there's another one. So from Fujitsu Limited and Nottingham Trent University, Jacqueline Joyce.
Wow. I'm not sure I can be quite as smooth as these orators here, but this has been such an exciting project to be able to work with Fujitsu to develop culture. But what's even more exciting is the innovation this has brought to the wider business. So we'll not only be able to support Fujitsu to develop their culture, but also other companies going forward, which is just the very nature of innovation, isn't it, in the partnership. But I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my team, Rachel from Fujitsu and Carla, and also Zara. I think we make a great partnership. You guys have empowered me to be a leader, so I just want to say a huge thank you.
Next, from Zeiss Asset Management Limited and University of Nottingham, Leonardo Rodriguez.
Hello. Good afternoon. I would like to thank you, the Innovate UK and the KTP project, and extend all my gratitude to Zeiss Asset Management, the University of Nottingham, and all the colleagues that have been working with me in this project, and the person that inspires my life, Susana Moreira. So, thank you.
And number 4, Rodolfo Juan Urquizo from Industrial Robotic Solutions and University of Essex.
Wow. Well, I would like to thank Industrial Robotic Solutions, the company, the University of Essex, which they have been very supportive throughout all of the project. Being far from home, nice things like this are very welcome. And yeah, for all the support back, my family, my friends back in Mexico, and my friends here at the University of Essex.
Number 5, from Quick Release and the University of Bath, Harley Beattie.
Thank you very much. This is a lovely way to end 2 years of work, and I'd like to thank Vimal and Linda from the University of Bath and Dave and Paul from Quick Release for challenging me, empowering me, and giving me the opportunity to shine over the last 2 years.
Next, from I Want Plants Limited and Manchester Metropolitan University, Joseph Rouse.
Wow, yeah, I really wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I just want to dedicate it to the team because I couldn't have done it without any of them. We had a lot of ups and downs with the project, but we actually managed to pull through. So yeah, it's been fantastic. So yeah, everyone at Manchester Metropolitan University and at I Want Plants. Woo! Yeah, cool.
And the final award in this category, from Gleeds Cost Management and the University of Nottingham, Alexandra Spencer.
Wow, you can tell I'm nervous, and I was told I only have 30 seconds to do this, so I've chosen to touch on a point that I've spoken to other KTP associates about. Our projects, they're quite unique in their nature. There are a lot of ups and downs, as Joseph was saying. You can go down different paths that you think, well, it's a reasonable assumption, it should work, and it leads nowhere. And when you reach that point, you do sometimes, there's this feeling like you've somehow failed. And what I've said to my team is, we haven't failed, we've just learned what not to do. And sometimes that's a lot more valuable. And I feel like lessons are crucial when it comes to project management. And I'll go a little bit further than this. There are plenty of situations in our projects and even beyond that in life that are completely out of our control. But the one thing you always have control over is your perception, how you choose to view that situation and how you choose to react to it. And that's made an amazing difference in my team ever since I've been implementing this mindset. We've really only been going from strength to strength. Everyone's excited and the future looks amazing. So big shout out to my team. Again, I'm sorry, I know I've gone over time. James Garner from Gleeds, Alex Bill, Rithwik Shetty. Big shout out to Sarah Davidson and Graziella Figueroa from the university. The KTP team from University of Nottingham, Andrea, and Philip Orion, my KTP advisor. Thank you so much. I've not been able to do this without you, so thank you for the moment.
Now, before we go to the next award category, I would like to welcome to the stage Richard Lamb. Richard is responsible for leading the entire KTP programme, bringing together thousands of academics and hundreds of businesses right across the UK to work together and solve their business challenges. Richard.
That's the one we need to open in a minute. Hello, thank you, Susanna, for your kind introduction. And hello to everyone here and everyone watching online. As the KTP Programme Manager, I know how KTP is helping to change and improve our world, and that it would be impossible to do this without the amazing people that support each and every one of our projects. And I think it's a real challenge to get our associates up here with completely unprepared, and it shows the quality of our associates that they can come and do that and make sense at the, on the spur of the moment. And our associates are absolutely amazing. So congratulations to all of our future leaders. Together, we have been through an awful lot of changes, and that's not always been easy. But for those of you that were at the KTP Managers Conference in Middlesbrough in April, I did promise you a slightly calmer year, and I believe that I have been delivering on that promise. But as you all know all too well, KTP never sits still for very long. So I'm thrilled today to be able to share with you some of the next steps in KTP's evolution. Steve's already mentioned it. The new brand, gone is our old tricorn, and in are our dynamic new arrows. And they certainly taste marvellous. If you had one of the cupcakes outside, they are amazing. Thank you to everyone who's worked on the design and delivering the new brand. I hope you like it. We obviously do. And the branding project will be completely finished by Christmas, at which point all the new materials and all the new messaging will be available to you all. It will be on the KTP website, but it will also be on the KTP portal. And it should start appearing on the KTP portal next week. And over the coming weeks and months, we'll transition all of our corporate materials to the new look and the new feel. So, yeah, you have to catch up on the auto cue. Right. The other thing is I'm thrilled to be able to formally launch round 2 of our Accelerated Knowledge Transfer Programme, ACT, which opens on the 6th of November. I've spoken to you many of you about it today. It is, or has been, incredibly successful. The first pilot we ran last year, we funded 132 projects. 97% of those projects met or exceeded their objectives, and 94% of those projects were planning to work together on other things. So a really good way of bringing people together and introducing businesses to universities. I'm also very pleased to be able to share with all of you that after many, many years of promising, we are going to get a replacement for our aging KTP database. And with the support of our knowledge transfer advisors and the Northwest Regional KTP Managers Forum, phase 1 of this work will be complete by the end of March. The other thing, just to pick up on something that Steve said, our evaluation has been completed. We've been talking about it for a long while, and the report is going to be published next week. And that will be on the UKRI website along with, it's going to be on the page where all the other evaluations sit, but we'll make sure that that gets highlighted to everybody so you can all start having a look at that and seeing the value that you've added and how we've got to that £2.2 billion of value that we've added to the UK economy. It's quite an in-depth report, but if you fancy reading all 136 pages of it, go for it. There will be an executive summary though. Now, behind every KTP, there is a cast of thousands that quietly work away in the businesses, in our knowledge bases, and across Innovate UK and Innovate UK KTN. And it's my role at events like this to say thank you. Whilst we can't do this to every individual that participates in KTP, I do need to highlight a couple of people. And whilst they are all worthy of an individual round of applause, if you just wait till the end to show your appreciation, I'd be grateful, and we'll get through it a lot quicker. Oops. So, first of all, I'd like to thank Minister Gethin for making the time to join us today. We really do appreciate that. Dr. Steve Welsh for sharing your thoughts and your support. To Lisa Hazelden, who's hopefully watching at home, and wishing you all the best for a speedy recovery. Of course, to Susanna, thank you for coming back and hosting for a second year. We feel we're in safe hands with you. To Natalie Crawley from Welsh Government for her steadfast support of KTP and for helping bring the awards to Cardiff, and indeed to Welsh Government for being our delivery partners today. Thank you very much. To my colleagues at Innovate UK, especially Dave Wilkes and Colin Cooper, the amazing Lucy Normington, the absolutely incredible Julia Bottomley, 35 years, not out. Not forgetting our fantastic claims team of Helen and Sheila, who are watching online as well. And special thanks to Dawn and Seb, Lucy Thomas, as well as our project managers, Leanne and Karen, who are all working tirelessly behind the scenes to help keep the KTP machine working smoothly. At Innovate UK KTN, a huge thank you to every one of our knowledge transfer advisors. You are the glue, you are the fairy dust within KTP. Thank you to Steve, to Jess, to Katerina for keeping us all on track, and to Mike, Jordan, Alex, Erica, and the whole of the Reach and Engagement team who've helped deliver today's ceremony. We've made it after an awful lot of meetings, but we've got here. To all the judges who took the time to look at your entrance, and all of you for applying to participate in the awards, and everyone sat back at your businesses and at your knowledge bases. Thank you. There are some special mentions. We've got some really incredible people who have worked tirelessly as knowledge transfer advisors who are leaving us in the very near future. So to Russ Bromley, who's retiring next year after 30-something years as a knowledge transfer advisor, to Josie Friedman, who's leaving us after nearly 15 years and heading for pastures new, to Andy Treen, who is taking up a new role at Exeter University. So he's not going to leave KTP quite. We're still going to have our claws in him a little bit. But a very, very special mention to Jerry Black, who over the years has put so much effort into these awards and who's also retiring at the end of the year. You will all be missed in more ways than you can possibly imagine, and thank you so much for being part of the KTP family. And everyone, whoever you are, especially those watching online, wherever you are around the world, if you have helped deliver a part of this amazing programme, thank you. Thank you for being part of the KTP family, because we genuinely can't do it without you. And now you can give yourselves a big round of applause. Now, the very observant amongst you will notice that I have missed one name off that list, and I've done it for very good reason. Directly or indirectly, everyone within KTP has a role to play in the success of our projects. And there's a very important person that's joined us online today who is part of the multitude of unsung heroes that allows KTP to deliver such amazing and incredible projects. Now, when we send our associates off to our training provider at Ashbourne Hill, we do so in the certain knowledge that they're going to have an amazing experience, and our associates can attest to that. But when one of our associates was taken ill one evening, the night porter, Mark Stitch, took a decisive decision to take care for our associate, and he ended up taking them to hospital. Mark didn't need to do this, but he decided that the ambulance was taking too long to arrive, and I have no doubt in my mind that Mark's actions saved that associate's life. So I'd like to pay a very special tribute to Mark, but also the whole of the Ashbourne Hill team, who look after our associates as though they were one of their family. So as a mark of our gratitude, please can I ask the room to stand and give the Ashbourne Hill team a huge, heartfelt round of applause. So Rich from Ashbourne Hill is going to be presenting an award later, so you'll see him as well. But now back to the matter at hand, the Best Management KTP Award. Hand back to Suzanne.
Thank you. The Best Management KTP Award recognises a university academic team that has influenced and supported sustained high-quality performance in KTP. The award is given to those who work at universities that help deliver and run KTPs from their institution. Let's take a look at 2 of the 3 finalists.
So Albion Environmental provides consultancy and training for waste and resource management organisations. We had a business KTP with University of West of Scotland. Our project looked at the management capability for business development and marketing for the organisation. It also looked at the processes we used to operate the business and where we could streamline them. So the biggest challenge we had was the project was planned before COVID started. The next challenge was really working remotely. The University of West of Scotland team were brilliant at keeping the project going. We have introduced an app in the form of a bin app to local authorities across the UK. Within our own organisation, we've got a much more streamlined process in terms of business development and business strategy, and we're able to use this skill and resource for our customers.
My name is Joshua Arrowsmith, and I was a KTP associate on the University of Essex project with the Finishing Line Limited. The key purpose of the project was to establish Finishing Line as a key service provider within the e-commerce fulfillment landscape, identifying markets that Finishing Line were able to give its skills to transfer to. We need to ensure that the staff have the right knowledge and skill set to take on the opportunity and to run with it. And thirdly, it's looking at automation. There's a lot of legacy and there's a lot of history in the company. So I had to justify the value that the project was adding. The project has been a success, but I would say, like anything, it's always people and developing those relationships. Off the back of the project, the company's moving into a brand new premises next month, which will give the company an additional 40% more capacity to grow. So the impact of the project has been immense. I feel very honoured that myself and my colleagues' work has been recognised, and yeah, you can't ask for anything more than for somebody else to compliment you on the hard work that you've achieved.
My name is Kyle Alves. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of the West of England, and on this project I was the academic supervisor. This KTP project was working with Harris Evolution, a sort of construction services business in Bristol, and we were looking at trying to find ways to better serve the needs of their customers through a better understanding of how they deliver their processes and how they manage their supply chain through better uses of new technology and the data about how the customer uses their service. So we were basically trying to find out if there were better ways that we could collect relevant and important data about how the service is delivered and how the service is consumed in a construction services industry, so that we can better plan and manage a construction supply chain more efficiently. Being nominated for an award like this is really sort of validation of some of the hard work and effort that's put in by not only the academic team, but the organization and the KTP Associate. It really helps to reinvigorate everyone to keep going.
Excellent. I thought we only had two. That was great. I would like to welcome Richard back to the stage to announce the category winner for this year's Best Management KTP Award. Richard.
Well, this is the first time we've actually given this award. The Management KTP came about from a conversation with our colleagues at what was then Bayes. And they wanted to do something that would help address productivity, and Management KTP is what we came up with. So these are the first projects that have been through that process and have come to fruition. So the winner is, for the inaugural Best Management KTP Award, how interesting. I met them 2 years ago. It's the finishing line at the University of Essex, so well done.
Good evening, everyone. I'd just like to say congratulations to the winners before us. As Richard said, it's quite an infant project that's happened, and I think the key thing within a management KTP is the people. These projects are very dynamic and very fluid. Things change very, very quickly. So if it wasn't for the support of my colleagues Shabniz and Niraj, my knowledge transfer mentor Jan, and my managing director, who couldn't be here today, Andy Mead, if it wasn't for the support of all the people here in the collaboration, we wouldn't be here today. So I just want to say a massive thank you very much, and I'm really excited to push forward with the finishing line. Thank you.
Now is the time for our first Partnership Award. KTP prides itself on not just fostering associates who complete innovative projects, but also making meaningful change in a business by creating new capabilities and new commercial opportunities that drive the company's bottom line and contribute to the UK's prosperity. This award recognizes a partnership that has continued to demonstrate outstanding impact by transforming their commercial outlook and accessing academic knowledge to deepen expertise. Companies can expand their commercial capabilities and exploit market opportunities. Let's take a look at two, I think, of the finalists for this award.
SBS work with insurance companies and banks dealing with their policyholders' insurance claims. We felt very strongly that we could digitise these processes and use AI to benefit the policyholder. So we reached out to BCU for this KTP after having an extremely successful KTP previously. So how we deploy the AI is really simple. We send a message through to a policyholder. They take one photo of their carpet. That comes back to our business, and the AI will analyse and determine the fibres that are making up that carpet. That will determine how we validate and the value of that piece of flooring. Our business challenges were completely overcome with the KTP project. So as a result of our second KTP with Birmingham City University, we've more than doubled our turnover from around 16 million to 32 million over a 2-year period, vastly improved the profits of the business, and successfully purchased our largest competitor within the flooring market. SBS are very much viewed as digital innovators within our marketplace because of the KTP collaboration. We have more and more interest from different corporate clients across the UK, but now also moving into Europe. The funding supplied by Innovate UK for the KTP programme has brought together a great deal of technology and innovation that I don't think we could have achieved alone. I'd highly recommend KTP programs. They bring with them a very cost-effective way of developing new initiatives within marketplaces and bring with it a high level of skill and knowledge that I don't think we could acquire in a different way. So when I get more ideas, it's me turning to Birmingham City University and launching another KTP scheme to actually move those forward.
So my name is Professor Sebastian Fenode. I'm a professor in bioinnovation at Coventry University. This project, like all projects, it started as a collaboration between the university and the company LSG, Life Science Group, to develop a medium which would be there to transport cells without using extra cold temperature. And that's what we created. To be nominated for this award is, of course, fantastic for different reasons. Often, what we develop in a lab or in an office or anywhere remains to stay there. In this case, the aim is really for this technology, this product, to be applied, to be of use. And this is exactly what we managed to do for the welfare of the world. It's fantastic, really, really fantastic.
It's great to see that enthusiasm. To present this award, I'm going to welcome to the stage Rich Tricker, who manages the KTP Learning Programme at Ashbourne Hill. The Ashbourne Programme has to date helped over 4,500 associates build their business skills to help them achieve high levels of business impact. Rich has been working with KTP associates for the last 6 years and says facilitating learnings for associates is the best part of his role. Rich.
Thank you very much indeed. The winner of the Business Impact and Transformation Award goes to SBS Insurance Services and Birmingham City University.
We're absolutely delighted, but we wouldn't have won this if it wasn't for lots of people working very well and very hard together. So I'd like to dedicate this and shout out and thank the SBS team, led by Craig Ashley, who've worked incredibly hard. The fantastic collaboration we've had with Birmingham City University, who've been really patient with my understanding. And also bringing the project to life, our incredibly gifted KTP associate, Borislav Yardanov, who's done a fantastic job. It's been truly transformational for SBS. We've more than doubled our turnover and bottom line profit during this period of time, and we wouldn't have been able to achieve that without Innovate UK's KTP scheme. So thank you very much.
I would now like to welcome Sadaf Hussain from Nottingham Trent University, Chair of the KTP National Forum, and Liz Johnston from the University of Brighton, Vice Chair of the KTP National Forum, to the stage. The National Forum acts as a collective voice for knowledge-based partners delivering the KTP programme. Hello, Rich.
Hi everyone, I'm Sadaf.
Hi everybody, my name's Liz. We're both from the National Forum. Sadaf is our chair and I'm the vice chair.
Hi.
The National Forum's mission is simple. It's all for the good of KTP. As mentioned in the introduction, the Forum is a collective voice which acts on behalf of the knowledge-based partners in order to influence the strategic direction and overall take-up of the KTP programme. We develop and maintain positive working relationships, sharing best practice in knowledge transfer for the benefit of all stakeholders, including companies, academics, associates and funders.
We started our positions as Chair and Vice Chair on the National Forum earlier this year, and both of us are learning so many new things about KTP. There's a huge wealth of experience in and love of KTP within the community, which undoubtedly continues to grow. The National Forum is made up of experienced KTP practitioners from across the UK who represent the regional groups, and they all have the best interests of KTP at heart. The National Forum is also responsible for guiding and delivering the KTP conference, which next year will be held in Bournemouth in June. And we hope to see as many of you there as possible.
The National Forum welcomes and values the close working relationship we share with Innovate UK to continue supporting the scheme, enabling growth and innovation in businesses by collaborating with UK universities. We'd like to extend a big thank you to Richard Lamb for his openness and for giving us the opportunity today to be part of this wonderful event. Richard, we applaud your enthusiasm for KTP and value your commitment to the KTP family. Thank you.
Thank you. So the award that we've been asked to present tonight is really, really close to our heart. It's the best knowledge-based KTP support team. So being directly involved in KTPs in our own respective institutions, we know only too well just how much hard work and effort KTP support teams invest in developing potential ideas and opportunities into successful proposals, nurturing the partnerships and supporting projects throughout their duration. We applaud and congratulate all the shortlisted candidates, so well done to everyone.
The Best KTP Team Award showcases a high-performing, knowledge-based team that's been proactive and innovative in engaging with and capitalizing on the opportunities offered by participation in the KTP program. These activities may be internally focused within a knowledge base or externally focused on business engagement or a combination of both. Let's take a look at the finalists.
I'm Jo Griffiths. I'm Head of Knowledge Transfer Partnerships at Leeds Beckett University. So by early 2020, Leeds Beckett was down to 0 KTPs. We had none after retirement of our previous KTP manager. We've had very fast growth really within the last 3 years, and we're now at a portfolio of 18, with others waiting to be assessed and a really good pipeline to come. The team at Leeds Beckett is quite a small team. There's 4 of us in the core KTP team. But one of the secrets of our success is that we're part of a much wider embedded team. That's business development managers, professional services staff, but also with our wider academic colleagues. We're absolutely thrilled to be nominated for the award. We've worked really hard as a small KTP team, but with our wider colleagues within the research and enterprise team, and as part of our whole knowledge exchange strategy at Leeds Beckett. So to have that recognised is just brilliant, and we're delighted.
I'm Rob Shatton. I'm the Knowledge Transfer Partnerships Manager at the University of Essex, and my role here is to lead the team which provides facilitation and administrative support to all of our 42 active KTP projects. The main thing that we've been trying to do in the last year in order to continue the growth of our portfolio and continue to diversify the types of projects we're involved in was to reach out to different parts of our academic community. We have 21 schools and departments at Essex, and our intention for 2023 was to try to engage as many of those as possible in KTP as a program. For us, this meant reaching out to several departments that we hadn't really dealt with in the past, or who had only been involved occasionally as support staff on other KTPs. But we found ways to interact with new departments and new faculties entirely by using the Capacity Building Fund to support our InReach campaign. We're delighted that Essex has been nominated for Best KTP Support Office for a 3rd year running. I have to give all the credit to my fantastic team, Egla, Eunice, Yvonne, Jodie and Sharon, who've been the bedrock of everything that's successful about the Essex KTP portfolio this year.
My name is John Richards. I'm Director of Knowledge Exchange at Aston University. We've been nominated for this award for two reasons. First of all, a series of strategies and initiatives which have allowed us to grow our KTP numbers significantly from 25th in the UK to 2nd. Secondly, we've been nominated for being good KTP citizens, both in terms of growing our post-award KTP support, for developing our KTP associate network, and for supporting our regional network. The biggest challenge is we're achieving everything we've achieved with a relatively small team. But actually we use this as an opportunity to turn that on its head and look at how we partner both internally and externally to achieve all of the growth and quality that we were looking for. KTP is part of Aston's DNA. It's also a really important way in which we deliver Aston's mission as a technological university. It's wonderful recognition for our KTP team who helped to bring all of this together.
So I would like to welcome back to the stage Sadaf Hussain and Liz Johnson to announce the category winner for this year's Best KTP Team Award.
So the winner is Aston University KTP Support Team.
Wow, thank you. We haven't actually prepared a speech because we were expecting Essex to win, so sorry guys. But no, KTP is really important to Aston. Like John said in the video, it's part of our DNA and it's a fantastic way for our academics to engage with industry. But it is a real team effort. We work very hard, but when we all pull together, so it really is the wider team that all work together that make it happen. So thanks for recognising us this way. We really appreciate it.
The KTP Academic of the Year Award recognises the outstanding contribution made to KTP by a member of academic staff and the role that they've had in influencing the uptake of KTP throughout their institution. Here are the finalists.
My name is Naeem Ramzan. I'm a professor of artificial intelligence and director of effective and human computing for smart environment at the University of the West of Scotland. This project is with the Frog system that has a Asia platform. It is a well-being streaming platform and it covers all types of well-being from menopause to debt management to abusive relationship. So what we provide in this system that we allow them to be make more efficient recommendation system, more personalization in the system, and we apply the artificial intelligence and machine learning technique to enhance the overall performance of the system. I'm humbled and honored to be the finalist of this award. It is a true recognition of our successful work that we are doing with the Frog system and the other companies as well.
I'm Rakesh Mishra. I'm Professor of Fluid Dynamics within the School of Computing and Engineering at the University of Huddersfield. I'm also Head of Research for the Department of Engineering and Technology. We promote ourselves as the Research and Development Center for Local Industries. This program with the Trust Rating Electric, they were having some issues with regard to accessing the market, product characterization, and new product development processes. Currently, there are 4 million households in the UK that don't use gas, where the product that this company makes can be used. The manufacturing practices and the know-how of the products at the component level, looking at their supply chain, looking at their marketing strategies, all these things were looked at. The company has doubled their employee base. Their geographical reach has significantly increased. We have a number of new products, and companies' turnover is increasing continuously. We are publishing many research papers from this. I'm extremely honored and humbled to be nominated for this award.
My name is Iyad Elian. I'm a professor in machine learning and computer vision at the School of Computing, and I was the academic lead for this collaboration with ASUS. The project is about developing AI-driven solutions to automate remote inspections of offshore assets. It involves ASUS Offshore Limited, a company that uses advanced hardware to collect data about the structural integrity of offshore assets. So our project was around automating, this process and using advanced AI technique to detect defects, flaws, corrosion within these assets offshore. To be nominated for this award was amazing. I was so excited. I think I shared the news up front with everyone around me in the university, with the family. So that's absolutely great. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome to the stage Jim Berryman. Jim is one of our knowledge transfer advisors who manage the local delivery of KTP. Together, these advisors cover the whole of the UK. Jim's patch is the Central Belt Southern regions of Scotland, and Jim has been part of the team who has organised today's awards. Jim.
Thank you, Susanna, and good afternoon, everyone. Absolutely delighted to be here. I have the privilege of being one of the KTAs that work so closely with these fantastic teams that deliver these transformational products and projects for the behalf of the whole of the UK. And we couldn't do it without the academics, and I'm sure you'll all agree that those 3 examples that we've just witnessed are typical of the calibre of people that we work with, but exemplify what we expect from them. I'm delighted to announce that the winner of this year's Academic of the Year Award is Professor Iyad Elian.
Hey guys, it's not only I didn't prepare a speech, I was talking with my head of school, John Isaac, that it must have been a mistake to be here. Are you sure it's my name, guys, in the envelope? Well, thanks everyone. I mean, there's 2 things. One, my really academic life was shaped by Innovate UK. So love KTP, think KTP, and do KTPs. The other thing I would like to say, my life was also shaped by 3 women, or let's say 3 females, with all due respect to males. I mean, we usually do more damage to the planet than females. My mother, who really used brute force to convince me to study, because I was all over the places. My wife, Lubna, she put up with me so much. She's a great support. And my lovely daughter, Monia, who every time I look in her eyes, I feel like I want to be a better human and better dad. Thank you so much, everyone. This is really exciting for me. Thank you.
The next award recognises partnerships that have demonstrated excellence in the application of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, interpreted in the broadest sense to recognise the continuing evolution of the field. Let's look at the finalists.
My name is Gary Morrison. I'm a chemist who worked in collaboration with Queen's University Belfast and Almac Sciences. My KTP project focused on the implementation of continuous flow chemistries, completed in collaboration with Dr. Haresh Manyar from Queen's University Belfast. The KTP also afforded us unique opportunities to collaborate with international partners, such as Professor Nobuyuki Mase from Shinjuku University in Japan. In short, continuous flow processes are carried out in a pipe rather than a fixed batch reactor asset. This unlocks access to chemistries which are inherently difficult to scale in batch mode due to inefficiencies, safety limitations and engineering controls, such as high pressure and temperature reactions, photochemical transformations and advanced oxidation reactions. It's been an absolute honour to be nominated for the award. All the hard work has paid off, especially during the challenges we faced with COVID-19.
I'm Chris Hickey. I was the numerical algorithms developer working with University of Manchester and Arup. The company I was working with was Arup, and they are an engineering consultancy firm developing and designing buildings and structures to ensure that they stand up to earthquakes. And so to do that, you need to have these kind of complicated algorithms, and I was developing those along with University of Manchester's numerical linear algebra group. Kind of fundamentally, I'm a mathematician, and so I had to learn the engineering language from the engineers and the non-technical language for communicating with, like, the stakeholders of the project. This is just work that helps the UK and the world on a whole, trying to improve one of, the construction industry, which is the most polluting industry in the world. It feels fantastic to be nominated for this award. It's great to have recognition for the team and also generally recognition for this problem.
I'm Wenjia Wang, Associate Professor of Artificial Intelligence in the University of East Anglia. I'm the PI of this KTP project. We develop an AI system that is not only able to produce the seabed mapping consistently, but can do that in real time. That saves a huge amount of time from the humans' cost, and also can improve the consistency and accuracy of the seabed map with the help from KTP, KTN, and also all the teams from university and industry geoacoustic all work together smoothly. All those hard work now have been recognized by this nomination. We are very proud and very grateful for that.
I would now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Jerry Black, one of the 4 senior knowledge transfer advisors. Jerry has been involved with KTP for over 20 years and has supported over 400 partnerships. Jerry.
Thank you very much, Susanna. It's so exciting to be here on this day, which is always a highlight of the KTP year. And we've just seen why KTP is so exciting. So the winner is Ove Arup Partners International and the University of Manchester.
I suspect they may be receiving their award in absentia, but well done all the same. Thank you, Jerry. The second partnership award of the evening is the Changing the World Award, or at least it would be. This award focuses on projects that support society and our way of living through broader environmental benefits, including the move to net zero and the reduction in carbon emissions. It recognizes the wide impact of KTP, those projects that have delivered significant societal improvement. Now, in 2022, we had some extraordinarily strong finalists. But unfortunately, this year, the applications we received did not meet the required criteria for the award. This, of course, is disappointing, and we look forward to welcoming this category back next year. Meanwhile, to recognize the work that has been done and to inspire you, we decided to show you the profound impact this award has. We also visited the winners from last year to see how their projects have progressed over the last 12 months.
Since 1975, knowledge transfer partnerships have been changing the world one project at a time. The Knowledge Transfer Partnerships programme is delivered by Innovate UK in partnership with Innovate UK KTN. Together, we create the diverse connections that inspire hundreds of projects to start and succeed every year. We inspire, involve and invest to help business focus on opportunities that will thrive in the future economy of our ever-changing world. The work we do together delivers significant benefits to society and our environment, helping change the world one project at a time. Nearly every KTP aligns to one or more of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are interlinked and provide a global framework for addressing the interconnected challenges facing our planet and its people. The goals are a call to action for everyone. We all have a role to play in achieving them. By working together, we can create a better and more sustainable future for all. Every one of these projects is significant, but imagine the impact that thousands of KTP projects all working together to deliver the Sustainable Development Goals can achieve. So this time next year, we hope to see your project right here, showing us all how your KTP is helping to change the world one project at a time.
Hello, I'm Steve Morris. I'm the Managing Director of a technology lifecycles management company called N2S, based in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk.
And I'm Jeff Borman. I'm the CEO of Bioscope Technologies.
In 2018, as part of a collaboration with Coventry University, N2S were successful in a KTP Innovate UK Award to look at processes, or the development of processes to recover precious rare earth metals from electronic waste. The project involved using sustainable techniques, for example, using naturally occurring bacteria that's capable of solubilizing certain metals. At the end of the KTP process, we set up a facility in Cambridge.
So this facility here is to upscale to create a commercial operation for the future. And what we're trying to achieve here is different to what the traditional industry is doing. They're using a lot of electricity, gas, harsh acids and that. And what we've developed here is how you can recover these materials with using ecologically sound materials.
Our aim was to find ways in which we could not just sustainably recover those precious metals, but also to keep the value in the UK economy and to use them in the manufacturing process to make new technology. So we're very grateful for the support we've had from Coventry University in getting the KTP Award started, and also to support us through that journey.
Next up, it's me. So I've been invited to talk to you for some 10 minutes or so tonight, and because I'm a historian, my brief for tonight's talk was, what can we learn from history to inform the future? Everything that's ever happened, everything that might ever happen in 10 minutes. So I thought I'd slim down my talk a bit and talk about something that's on my mind, and my choice of theme seems particularly apt, given that we don't have a winner for the Changing the World Award. The severe winter of February 2021 left the states of Texas, Oklahoma, and Mississippi in blackout. At temperatures of minus 18 degrees centigrade, millions of people were left without power or running water. And Alice Hill, who'd been a National Security Council risk assessor under President Obama, warned, "We are colliding with a future of extremes. The past is no longer a safe guide." She was probably thinking of what I consider to be the recent past, the last couple of centuries, in which meteorological records have been kept. Figuring out whether before that takes an ingenious combination of history, archaeology, and science. But that tricky evidence indicates past climatic extremes that can provide predictive points of reference for adaptation and loss reduction, as Oliver Wetter, Jean-Laurent Spring, and colleagues argued in the science journal Climatic Change. And yes, isn't that a lovely bit of normative determinism? This evidence points to a little ice age from around 1560. You might know Bruegel's painting of his hunters, their heads bent against the cold, trudging through deep snow towards villages skating on a frozen river. It was so cold in England that frost fairs were held on the Thames from 1607. In 1683, the ice was so thick that they could risk fires big enough to roast an ox. But it wasn't just a deep freeze, it was also a climactic seesaw, as Brian Fagan puts it, of Arctic winters, blazing summers, serious droughts, and torrential rain. Don't believe the propaganda. It was a winter storm in summer and a tropical hurricane at an unusually high latitude that thrashed the Spanish Armada of 1588 far more roundly than the English warships. In fact, the weather had been unpredictable even in the run-up to the Little Ice Age. In February 1540, rainfall effectively ceased. In fact, it only rained 6 times between then and September in London. And it wasn't only exceptionally dry, it was also very warm. It's probable that the highest daily temperatures were warmer than 2003, which was the warmest year for centuries, though cooler than the last decade, which was the hottest on record. Now, it would be reductive to argue a simple causal relationship between climate change and historical events. But surely it would be equally false to suggest that the weather had no effect at all. For example, it only had to affect the mood of one man to affect history in England. In July 1540, the visiting French ambassador described the extraordinary sight of 3 Catholics being hanged for treason and 3 Protestants being burned for heresy in Smithfield on the same day on Henry VIII's orders. A week later, to celebrate his 5th wedding, he had his right-hand man, Thomas Cromwell, beheaded. Maybe the king's famous temper was worse when he had a sweat on him. Scale up that bad temper, and is it a coincidence that the years of the Little Ice Age were also years of almost constant war? There was war underway in Europe in 95% of all the years between 1500 and 1700. One harvest failure meant hunger. 2 in a row, dearth. A run of bad harvests meant famine. Freezing rain meant that the harvests of 1593, 94, 1596, and 97 failed. Prices rose to 40-year highs, and as Bob Marley sang, a hungry mob is an angry mob. Food scarcity quickly morphed into class hatred. As people rioted, a justice of the peace in Somerset observed, "The rich men have gotten all into their hands and will starve the poor." Years of hardship make some people richer and some people poorer. Or more precisely, they make the rich richer and the poor poorer. These were global phenomenon. The fall of the Ming dynasty in China after 300 years of rule has been linked to climatic change. A plague of locusts and a poor harvest was followed by actual plague, an epidemic with mortality rates of 80 to 90% in some regions, and then a 3-year drought that was the worst in 500 years. Manchu rebels who promised land reform to the peasantry gathered strength, and as their armies reached the gates of Beijing in 1642, the last Ming emperor, Chongzhen, died by suicide. Environmental disaster also led to animosity towards people who were different. In the 1590s, Londoners blamed foreign merchants for high prices and food hoardings. And the best example of targeting people who were different occurred in the 16th and 17th centuries, where across Europe, some 90,000 people were accused and tried as witches, and half of them were executed. Now, the peaks of the witch trials across Europe, the 1590s, the 1620s and 30s, the 1660s, correlate to times of poor harvests, plague, and war. But the causality isn't simple, because there were also disasters that weren't followed by accusations, and some areas didn't experience such terrible conditions and did try witches. But it's clear that famine, war, and poverty created the mental and emotional space in which witchcraft accusations could occur, because they made people fearful in the face of instability and uncertainty. In tough times, people turn in on themselves, and they start to look after number one. Many witchcraft accusations occurred when typically a poor elderly widow went to the door of a richer neighbor begging for alms. He turned her away, she scowled and muttered something under her breath, then a cow died or a child got sick. Projecting the implicit aggression of his rejection onto her, he thought she'd cursed him. She was a witch. Now, what can we learn from this grim catalogue of history? Cataclysm, natural disaster, and ecological catastrophe threaten us as much as our ancestors. But they feared what they could not control. We do know how to control it, but we don't seem to be prepared to fear it. The slowly unfolding disaster of global warming means extreme weather events will be more common. We might not starve from harvest failure, but excess rain can make raw sewage overflow into homes, and roads collapse, like the spectacular Highway 1 in California. Rising sea levels in coastal areas are on course to affect 16 million people by the end of this century. Many ecologists warn that climate and ecological breakdown will lead to global economic and social collapse in the lifetime of any baby born today, if we don't do something. What historians call present bias makes it hard for us to make the lifestyle changes that could prevent, or if it's too late for that, mitigate catastrophe down the road. But the past and the future are begging us to do so. We also should be aware of the consequences of these events, the deepening inequalities between rich and poor. We've seen it already. In the COVID pandemic, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg increased their fortunes that were already gargantuan by several billions of dollars. And talking of Musk and Zuckerberg, with the way we receive information, we're not well poised to handle the entrenchment of antagonisms. George Orwell's 1984 feared those who would deprive us of information. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World feared those who would give us so much that we would be reduced to passivity and egoism. It is Huxley's model that more accurately describes our present day, our drift towards a culture of narcissism and mutual intolerance. So what can we do? Well, I suggest we act quick, and I've got practices and values to suggest to you. A is for adapt. As businesses, we need to pay attention to what's going on. We need to anticipate, adapt, and be agile. Our forebears were inventive. They found new ways to survive in the face of unpredictable weather. They adopted new foods, like root vegetables and pulses. They planted new crops, like barley, that were less sensitive than wheat to the cold, and used new methods for farming and preserving. They innovated, in other words. In Austria, the cold gave the wine such low sugar content that the population switched to beer drinking. You have this innovation to thank for this month's jollities. CT, that's for critical thinking. At a time when witch trials were happening across Europe, in the south of France, the records of the Protestant Church are full of accusations of witchcraft, but no executions, because the authorities didn't bite. When, for example, Catherine Nouvelle accused Jeanne Boisson of witchcraft in Nîmes in 1584, the church simply reprimanded Catherine and told her to be reconciled with Jeanne. Half of all witchcraft prosecutions took place in the German states, but in the city of Rothenburg ob der Tauer, numbers were exceptionally low. There were only 18 cases of witchcraft between 1561 and 1652, and of these, only 9 people were banished and 1 executed. Why? Because the city council kept strictly to legal definitions of proof, generally presumed innocence, and even used torture on accusers to discourage false witness. When there was a healthy degree of skepticism, when the authorities to whom accusations of witchcraft were being reported used their critical reasoning, weighed up evidence, and sought out alternative explanations, fewer people died. Apply a critical analysis to whatever you read and hear, As people, we can choose to resist a culture of narcissism and mutual intolerance by bestowing our trust with caution and wisdom. But the past also teaches us through what was not done, what they did not have the technology to change, what they did not know they could alter. But we know we just have to embed change in our businesses through our values. E, so I've got quick here, Q is equality. We now understand equality on the basis of gender and sexual orientation and disabilities and racialization. There's more that can be done, but equality also means global equity. It means equitable treatment for the poor. What impact does what you do have on those elsewhere in the world? Let's not be like those who turned the so-called witches away. U is for urgency. Scientists at the United Nations Environment Programme are clear that we need to change our language. This is not climate change. This is a climate emergency. We're on the brink of ecological disaster, and no business can bury its head in the sand. I is for initiative, the opposite of passivity. C is for collaboration, the opposite of egoism. And K is for kindness, because this is what it all comes down to in the end. This is a room full of innovators and inventors. Think about your practices, ponder your values. You may just be making a widget, but the way you make that widget can change the world. Next year, let the judges of the Changing the World Award be spoilt for choice. Thank you. This is the final part of the evening, and the one that everyone has been waiting to hear. Who has won the best KTP partnership of 2023? As I said at the start, KTP is all about partnerships, collaboration, and people. For the KTP to be a success, it must benefit all the areas, the business, the knowledge base, and the associate. If it only benefits one, then it's not a great KTP. Therefore, this award is given to a KTP where all benefits have been exemplary for each of the parties involved. This means the partnership in 2023 that has brought the greatest benefits to all three participants, exceeding the expectations set out in the KTP proposal, and that best exemplifies innovation through collaboration. It has managed to capture the essence of what KTP is all about. Let's see the four finalists.
My name is Eleni. My role is a data scientist at ActiveCode. This project is a collaboration between ActiveCode, Cardiff University, and myself. And the aim of it was to enhance the company's sales process and customer experience. The significance of this project was massive. Because we've seen, firstly, the company having a 25% increase in conversion rates. The recognition this project has got, from receiving awards to publishing papers, this project has been a success and shows how the projects within Innovate UK can bring to a company and to the world.
So I'm Matt Holland, and I was a KTP associate on a project between Inerva and Manchester Metropolitan University. Inerva realised there was a market need for our machines to become accessible for wheelchair users. We developed two devices specifically for people using wheelchairs to allow them to exercise independently. So we also used Manchester Met's capabilities to check up for muscle activation. So we identify which muscles are typically weaker in wheelchair users. And building on that, we managed to use some more of Manchester Met's expertise to evaluate changes in motion between younger and older people, which we can use to feed into the design of future products. There's a real societal impact to the project in that we're encouraging physical activity among hard-to-reach groups and really encouraging people that previously wouldn't have been able to engage in exercise independently to allow them to. So it's a privilege really to have been nominated for this award for the best KTP, and it's really satisfying that the collaborative efforts we've done are judged to be at that level.
I'm Suyesh Patrai. I was Research Associate at Megatherm International Limited. Megatherm is a global leader in design and project management of large-scale cast-house equipment for the aluminium industry. It takes engineers years to be trained to be proficient as furnace designers. Megatherm, through this project, wanted to reduce this learning curve, so I put in together a knowledge-based repository and developed machine learning algorithms for optimization. To have a software this powerful is a major game changer commercially. We can use the basic concept used to develop the software in any other design industry. This can be a major game changer for the UK design and engineering industry. It is really wonderful to be recognized for the years of effort I've put into this work.
My name is Shu. I am KTP Associate, working with University of the West of Scotland. In the past 13 months, we have delivered transformational change and consultative services, which including implementing technology-led operations model. We have embedded data-driven decision-making and management, enhanced strategic thinking, sustainability, and workforce development frameworks. I'm very excited and feel really honored to be nominated as one of the best KTP projects, and I wish the best luck for all the associates and wish you enjoy your evening.
I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Colin Cooper, who is Head of Commercialisation and Collaboration at Innovate UK.
Well, it's an absolute honour and privilege to do this, and the winner is Megatherm International and Aston University.
I'd like to thank everyone involved in this project, starting from our team there, Aston University, who's won our award already today. My knowledge transfer advisor, Mark Matchett, is sitting down here somewhere. Yeah, he has supported me through each and every LMC, giving me ideas how to improve myself and how to do better in the project. Thank you very much for that, Mark. And then my managing director here from Megatherm, who have been very supportive throughout the project and allowed me free rein over the project and allowed me to experiment my ideas and develop a software for the company, which has been very useful currently. The company has grown and financially, and we are also growing in size in the company. So it's been a win for all of the parties involved, and I'm very happy to win this award.
Well, that concludes the KTP Awards for 2023. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We've heard about some incredible projects, and it's been so impressive to see the huge range of partnerships which are all part of our KTP community. We hope you all agree what an amazing program Innovate UK KTP is, and how it enables such incredible people to come together and have such fantastic positive outcomes. We've heard about partnerships with large companies and small companies. We've heard about commercial projects and not-for-profit organizations. We've heard about technical and non-technical projects. And All these businesses in these areas have worked with our world-leading UK knowledge base and associates to develop new capabilities, to grow their business, and to improve our society. We hope you've had as much fun as I have learning about the fantastic achievements of our KTP finalists and leaders. Their achievements are something to be proud of. And I too am proud of KTP. It's such a great program, and it goes to show what can be achieved through collaboration and partnership. At the end of the day, it's all about the people, and those involved are remarkable, committed, creative individuals with brilliant stories. I'm sure you want to ask them lots of questions, because there's so much more to learn about these award-winning KTPs and the program in general. We'd therefore like it if you can join us at the reception now to enjoy a drink. And here you'll be able to continue with the celebrations, talk to the KTP teams, and meet the finalists and winners to hear about what happened in their projects. We hope you've been inspired and excited about what you've heard today, and that you can join us afterwards. Thank you to everyone who's attended in person or online. Thank you to all those who've worked so hard to make this happen, and for all the planning that has gone into these awards. And we'd also like to thank again the Welsh Government for their kind support of these awards. Have a wonderful evening.